MEPS experience overall as prior service. So upon arriving here at MEPS, first thing you do is get the brief. So I got the brief at 6:15, along with other individuals, those whether it was physical, whatever, yada yada, that didn't have the didn't have the ticket. Well, like our name tag is what it is. Like we had them, but we had to turn them in. Mine said physical and FP, something like that. Don't know why. Most of these guys says physical and then depth, which means they're enlisting and going to the delayed entry program, which 9 to 10 times usually it's Marine Corps guys who are enlisting in the summer before their senior year, at least in my experience. So that was there. You get your medical brief. So after you get your MEPS brief, you go inside, go to metal detector, all that kind of stuff, jewelry, all that kind of things are coming off, just then whatever, and there's no argument, it's coming off. You get done with that, and then you're going to go ahead and put everything to a baggage area if you have a bag. If you have a bunch of loose items, then yes, you put, because they have a small locker. That's where I put all my stuff at, in a small locker. From there, you'll line up to the front desk. The front desk will basically say, okay, cool, let me see your ID, make sure you're good to go, go to the medical briefing room. So we went to the medical briefing room. That's where they talked to us about everything, ranging from, like, just to hit summaries, because it's a lot to speak on. Obviously, if you sexual assault, sexual harassment, things like that. They brought up, like, conditions, right? We got briefed by a senior chief in the Navy who is a hospital corpsman. That is his rating. So he was letting us know about some of the things, like, hey, if you had this when you were this, then we do not care. It's about things that we're looking for that you already have now that they're going to address about. They kind of broke down what the MHS or MH Genesis, whatever, does now, as in they use AI. So, for example, this is something that was good to hear, was when they said they screen all the medical records before even scheduling the individual for MEPS. So if there was something truly disqualifying, we would not have been scheduled for MEPS. So the fact that you're there means that you have something that's still waivable, unless, like I said, the off chance that they're here to confirm something, and then what they confirm is correct. Okay, cool. Okay, you're actually permanently disqualified. Things like that. I was told if you ever popped hot at MEPS, you were permanently banned or disqualified. Not the case, I guess. Here, if you pop hot, you come back in 60 days and do it again. If you do it that second time when you pop hot, it's an automatic permanent disqualification. And then, of course, if you don't pop hot, but you pop at basic, upon your first urinalysis, that's it, you're done. They brought that down. So I said did our vitals, did a breathalyzer while we were there. Did also do urinalysis. The urinalysis, though, is going to be shipped off. They said they will get results 93 days later. It's getting airmailed from here, so we don't know if anyone failed yet, which they shouldn't have. Did height and weight. I don't know if they didn't do the tapings there. I think if you needed to get taped, it was done during the physical, which I don't think. And I think there is maybe one individual that I saw who potentially needed to be taped, because he did say it, but I don't know if he did or not, or where. I'm assuming it was during physical. So because of that, if you have to get taped, it's probably during your physical portion. Now, for us, it probably would have gone much faster, but we only have 2 female providers. And since I'm a male and the only 2 providers are both female, we have to wait for a male chaperone to actually stand by inside of that while they were conducting the physical, to ensure that nothing takes place. So that's why we're taking kind of forever, I'm pretty sure, because there's only 4 females here today for MEPS, and the rest of us were males, and it's not a lot of us, Thankfully, this is one of the smaller MEPS here in El Paso. But yeah, that's honestly it, guys. After the physical is done, like I said, do physical, I did the duck walk and all that, stretched my back, did everything like that. I won't lie, the only kind of part that was obviously like anxiety inducing was the interview, the medical interview. So you sit down, they're going over your records, and the way that the provider was addressing me was, I mean, she already knew what the problem is. She wanted to see what my solution was. For example, sitting me down, she said, hey, so we're gonna go, from like most recent to then, whatever. You're diagnosed with PTSD, you're medicated for processing, how's it helping you, things like that, right? The same thing for my depression, anxiety, same thing for yeah, that was it. And then my ankle, she's like, hey, okay, ankle surgery, whatever. She brought it up. I was just confirming the information was correct, basically. Mind you, they do see the records and the notes. They are actively on a computer that's reading the records. We did find out something today, which I don't have no recollection of. They said I was hospitalized in 2017 for allegedly self-harm, which in that time I was in the Marine Corps. And in that, I'm pretty sure that if you try to self-harm yourself in the military, usually you get forced out. But at the end of the day, I have no recollection of this. It is completely dumbfounded. She's like, well, to know from a provider, I'm like, it makes no sense. She did dig into it right there on the spot. There was no notes, no nothing. Just basically saying someone just threw this year on a paper, so they think that it's probably misdocumentation. Either way, either way, it's a confusing thing. But yeah, they know everything they need to know. They're just trying to confirm more information. That's about it. I do need my waivers because those are, so PTSD, I'll tell you guys right now, any mental health is disqualifier. Okay, it doesn't mean like forever. It's still waiverable. I have PTSD, depression, anxiety, sleep apnea. Those are waiverable DQs. So that's basically now, and the boat that I'm in is waiting for those to be waived or approved. My ankle injury, because it's hardware, it's DQ'd. I need a waiver for service. So right off the back, if you have metal or anything like that in your body, it's going to be a disqualifying factor, but you can get a waiver for it, depending on what kind of thing it is. Like I said, everyone's different. Just telling you my experience, and this is especially for prior service. I basically did everything the exact same going through as my first time. Only thing is that I didn't take the ASVAB, didn't have to do that. So, and since I'm going reserves, like everyone else is choosing their job when everything got done, but me, obviously I won't because of my waivers. But did my fingerprints, like I said, and right now I am done currently with MEPS. I don't think I'm gonna have to come back. If I do, is what it is. We're hoping not. We're hoping the next step for myself is the fact that we are going to hopefully just get the waiver submitted and approved within a week to 2 weeks while I'm still here in El Paso, and it gets brought back to me all good and dandy. I swear in at the reserve center. But yeah, if you guys have, sorry for the ramble. I'll probably make a more in-depth video or anything like that down the road. I am kind of tired, but I want to get these updates out pretty fast. If you guys have any questions in regard to anything at all, please feel free to drop a comment. I don't care about the likes, but if you want to comment saying, hey, this, that, the third, whatever, let me know. I'll do what I can to answer all the questions. What I could tell everybody is this, man, MEPS, it's not bad. For me, I was just having my emotions with it because I'm prior service and I am disabled, so I know I have more of a chance of being refused than anyone off the streets. So, but yeah, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. Hopefully I will send this video out today. If not, it'll be sometime here soon. But as of right now, for my update and summary, I am MEPS complete. Now I'm pending waivers, medical and potentially legal. Once those get done, or like once the process starts, I'll make a video on that so you guys are aware, and we'll go from there. Oh, sorry guys, I'm tired. All right.